Good day, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying their Saturday. Today, let me introduce myself. It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber. Today is, I guess you could say today is another day for toy review, but this is a little different. You could say, yeah, this is a toy, but it's not your typical action figure review. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the throwback, even though it's not throwback, even though it's not Thursday, it's Saturday, Throwback Saturday, Genesis Classic Game Console. Now, this is not your typical Sega Genesis console. It is pretty much a reboot, I guess you could say. There was my cat. And this, as you can see, the Sega Genesis is much smaller. And it doesn't look like the Sega Genesis that we are accustomed to seeing, that we grew up on. Of course, there's a familiar face right there, Mr. Sonic, Mr. Hedgehog. This game already has, as you can read right there, 81 built-in games. Now, I happen to already open this up, and I played some of the games because I wanted to review this for you. I didn't play all the games. Some of the games I remember playing when I was younger, and yeah, they were definitely much more awesome when I was younger. Now that I'm all grown up, times have changed. Even though games are still fun to play, when it brings back a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia. It's not like before. I do like new stuff. I do like playing new video games. And the video games now are just so advanced and just so awesome to play. The video games back then, we got a video game. It was kind of like, oh, a new video game. And, there were very few, awesome titles to choose from as opposed to now, which, man, you can go bankrupt buying some of these awesome video games that are just so much money. And then, you have the video game console, and man, you can easily spend, a grand, on video games a month. Now, the reason why I bought this is because, I wanted to really relive my childhood. If you guys watched, some of my videos, some of my toy reviews, I like to buy like older toys, toys that I grew up playing with, and review them, and to be able to see them and hold them in my hand again, is just an awesome feeling. This is no exception. Like I said, most of these games I've never played. One of the reasons why I wanted to buy this console is, well, for one thing, it was only $40. So, yeah. I mean, nowadays, a video game, whether it be Xbox or PlayStation, and it's like $50-$60, brand new. This one, one of the reasons why I wanted to buy it, well, two, not one Sonic, but two reasons. One of the reasons was Mr. Sonic the Hedgehog right there. And another reason was Mortal Kombat. Now, we'll do a close-up right here. Classic and new hit titles included. I don't know what the new titles are on this one. Like I said, I have no idea. I don't know why they say new titles. Is there new titles that they added to Classic Genesis game console? I don't know. But what this pretty much is you just kind of plug it into your television. It has the three, the red, yellow, and white cable that you plug into the television. It plugs into this, and you just kind of find an outlet and plug it into this to turn the gaming system on, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm gonna flip over to the back real quick, and here is just a list of some of the 81 games. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I'm gonna go through some of the games that I think are decent. Alex Kidd and the Enchanted Castle. Never really cared for that. Alien Storm is pretty good, but it's definitely predated video game. But it's still, fun and entertaining game to play. Altered Beast, never really played that one. Some of these I'm just going to go through for the ones that I know. Bonanza Brothers, I never really played that. Columns, of course, is similar to Tetris. Comic Zone, I remember playing that when I was younger. Very cool game. Crackdown, don't really care too much for. Decapitate, kind of like the Crash Bandicoot of its day, or Mario of its day, but not as good. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Never played that, of course. Dr. Robotnik is Sonic Hedgehog's evil nemesis. eSWAT, City Under Siege, never played that. Eternal Champions, I remember it being better on the regular Sega. This is kind of like a Street Fighter game is what I can compare it to. There's a few games that I played for the Sega Genesis for this right here that the quality and the sound are not the same what they were on the regular Sega Genesis. So I'm gonna let you guys know that ahead of time. If you decide to buy this, don't expect quality, don't expect sound, just expect nostalgia. That's pretty much it. Some of these other games, if you know them, you've probably played them. I haven't. Golden Age, I've heard of that game. It must have been popular because they've made Golden Age 2 and 3. So, Jewel Master, Kid Chameleon, Mortal Kombat is the three reasons why I wanted to buy this console. Mortal Kombat is classic. It's awesome playing that game. I remember back in the day when I was younger, I used to go to the arcade and spend all my quarters on the Mortal Kombat video arcade game, playing my friends. Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3. Very similar, just more characters. Rystar, I remember playing this game once. It was pretty entertaining, but I vaguely remember how entertaining it was. The Shadow Dancer, Secret of Shinobi. I know Shinobi was a very popular game back in the day. Never really played it. Sonic and Knuckles, I remember I had Sonic and Knuckles. Very entertaining game. Sonic Spinball is kind of like pinball. The Ooze, Super Thunderblade. Thunderblade, kind of like a helicopter game, back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember any of the helicopter games like Strike Force, or was it Strike Team? I can't remember. But they were any helicopter game back in the 90s with Nintendo or Sega or Super Nintendo. They were all pretty much the same. I couldn't decipher one helicopter game from the next. Vector Man was a very cool game. I remember playing that one. I haven't played it yet, but it was a very addicting game, Vector Man. Virtua Fighter 2 was a very good game. But I played it on this console, and it was just crappy. It wasn't. I can't remember if it was in 3D. I can't remember if Virtua Fighter was the one where it took it 3D. But I was playing this Virtua Fighter 2, and it just was kind of like Street Fighter, which is very, very, very crappy game. I don't know if they couldn't duplicate what Virtua Fighter was. Back in the day on the Sega Genesis console, but I don't remember Virtua Fighter 2 being that crappy. I remember it being pretty cool, but I don't remember it being that crappy. But overall, from the games that I've played, I mean, for 81 games, $40 for 81 games, classic, throwback games that we grew up on. It's not a bad price for $40. I mean, the three Mortal Kombats, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, and of course the Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Sonic and Knuckles, are definitely all worth the price of $40. Sonic is definitely classic. And Sonic and Knuckles as well is definitely classic. Mortal Kombat is definitely classic. Um, let's see, any more nostalgic games I can bring up? Not really. Really, the best games on here is pretty much what's on the cover: Sonic, Mortal Kombat. Um, let's see, Shining Force. I can't remember Shining Force for some reason. I will have to play that. I'm not really for sure. But with what I played already, I can give an honest review of this game. Now, like I said before, excuse me, of this console. Now, what I said before, as far as graphics and sound, it's not the same thing as Sega Genesis. Probably because they had to fit all this data, these 81 games into this one little console and sell it for $40. So the sound is not the same. The storytelling is not the same. The characters, the graphics are not really the same, in my opinion. They're just a little bit different, maybe a little bit of a downgrade. But then again, you're getting 81 games for $40. So overall, if I had to rate this product on a scale from 1 to 10, not only graphics wise, not only sound wise, not only for all the games, including all the games, I think maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably going to give it, I'll give it a 6, maybe a 6.5. I don't want to give it a 7 because it's not all that great. I can't give it a 5 because, Mortal Kombat and Sonic the Hedgehog games more than make up for, most of the crappy games that you're going to get, unfortunately. I say half of the games are playable, are entertaining, the other half not so much. They're just horrible video games. So that's why I can't really give it a higher number than a 6.5. But yeah, if you definitely, love playing some of these games and you definitely want to take a walk down memory lane, I definitely recommend it. If you got an extra $40 in your pocket to spend, why not? Hook it up to, one of your televisions that you don't really use in one of your rooms, that you can just, play, and you don't have to buy 81 games and have them stacked up in your living room. All the 81 games is right there on that thing. So that's the good thing about this video system, is that all the games are downloaded, is pretty much on there. So that's the good thing. Everything. People say that we live in a digital age. People are not buying things anymore, possessions anymore, which I don't know is a good thing or a bad thing. It definitely leaves a lot of room on your shelf, but I definitely like buying things and holding things in my hands. So I kind of do miss that part. But yeah, like I said, you save a lot of room, period, when you buy a game digitally nowadays. But yeah, overall, the Sonic Hedgehog games are great. Mortal Kombat games are great. Like I said, quality, picture-wise, graphics-wise, not the same quality as the Sega Genesis, but nonetheless, very entertaining. It'll keep you busy when you get bored and, you want something to play, and, you got another family member playing a video game that you don't want to play. You can hop onto this and, like I said, take a stroll down memory lane. So there you go, guys. That is my review of the Genesis Classic Game Console. A 6.5 out of 10. So there you go, guys. You guys can find this pretty much anywhere. Find it on the internet, no problem. Do I recommend it? Like I said, a 6.5. You want to take a risk, spend $40, get Sonic the Hedgehog and Mortal Kombat, and play your grown-up friends now, and like you used to do when you were 12, 13 years old, kicking his butt in Mortal Kombat, or kicking her butt in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, there you go. 6.5 out of 10. That is my review of the Genesis Classic Game Console. If you want to see more awesome reviews, go ahead and like this video, subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Flipagram, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. I want to thank everybody for watching. Bye!